2 locations in Surrey and Langley. Applewood Kia.
Brighton College.
Overseas Auto Body, 7638 129th A Street, Surrey. Phone number 604-594-9707. Overseas Auto Body. For facial, laser hair removal, or any skincare treatments, contact Manjeet at 604-593-5005. Located in Surrey at 12732 Aaron Place. Kaloya Skincare Spa and Laser.
Your work always tells a story. Let's have a close look.
When I met you, you were on the run, sweating the past, avoiding to stay.
Hey, Close Look viewers, this is Ace Furtado here, and right beside me, we're going to be talking about his new album, Terra. This is Man. Talk to me a bit here. What can listeners expect to hear from this if they've never heard of you before? So, like, what genre are we talking about? What new do you bring to the table? And talk to us, because you were talking to me a bit off camera, about the overall concept, about, you know, not just this album, but, you know, what you've got lined up.
Yeah, well, this is the first EP that I do independently. I was with a record label for many years, so what I did was, after I left the label, I asked my fans to help out funding this EP, so I went to a website and they were able to pledge and give me money. So in 4 days I got the money to release it, so I honestly owe this work to all of them that wanted to keep me making music. And what I'm doing is, this is a collection of 4 EPs. This is the second one, and each EP is one of the elements of nature. So this one represents Earth, and it's called Terra, and it's electro pop, basically, the sound that I'm doing, but it has a lot of elements that I consider part of our Earth, where we're from, and that's the overall theme, I would say, of the record. And I can call and text, try to be cool. You're afraid of love, guess it's late to say. You don't know what is real, you don't know how to feel. Does this all you left? We are what we are, until you know what's real. We are what we are.
All right, sweet. So, you weren't originally from Canada. You were talking to me about a bit of your time in Mexico. I guess, you know, tell the fans where you came from, where you grew up, and, you know, maybe the beginning where you got signed by that first label.
Well, yeah, I'm originally from Mexico. I immigrated to Canada about 10 years ago. So once I moved to here, I got the opportunity to be signed to a record label back in Mexico. So basically what they did is they sent me back and forward to Mexico to record music, to be on tour, and I sort of have this double life in which I will come back here and just go to school and do my own thing, and then I would go to Mexico and I would be touring and doing interviews and having all of this pop star sort of lifestyle. So yeah, I pretty much grew up doing this. It's been almost 10 years since I started making music, and yeah, it's been a very interesting experience, and this is the second time I record in Canada an album, and it's been amazing because it's a completely different perspective working with I work with Murar Yates, a Canadian producer, So it's really interesting to work with different people and learn how the process changes in between countries.
So I guess with you originally coming from Mexico, are any of these tracks sung in Spanish or?
Yes, I do have a few songs in Spanish because I want to still connect to my roots. Most of the songs are in English actually, but a couple are in Spanish. And I actually did a duet with a Mexican singer and with a Canadian singer. So I try to incorporate, in a way, the both Mexico and Canada, because I feel like I belong to both places. So I do want to have that sort of duality still in the music I do.
Racing your mind with unsaid words. I'm gonna be fine. I said what I felt, and I can call and text. Try to be cool. You're afraid of love. It's too late to say. You don't know what is real. You don't know how to feel. Justice all you left. We are what we are until you know what's real. We are what we are. Justice all you left. Justice all you left. Justice all you left.
Nice. All right. So, moving on from the glitz and glamour life, you were talking to me a bit about school. What school you going to? What do you study in? And what do you plan on getting out of that?
Yeah, well, I actually finished. I got a bachelor in performing arts at Capilano University. So they taught me how to be on stage and plays and doing some acting as well, and mixing music and film. I also have a background in film. Before that, I went to film school. So I just been involved. To me, art. I want to create art. It doesn't matter if it's just music or film or anything. I like to mix it up a bit. So yeah, I feel that education is very important. Especially when I got signed, I didn't have any musical education, so I was having a really hard time catching up with what the producers and the musicians were telling me to do, because I didn't have any knowledge. I was sort of thrown into the field, and so I went to school and I learned everything, and it's been very helpful. And right now that I got my bachelor, I am hoping to continue doing what I love, which is arts.
That's absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, we were kind of talking a little bit about, the difference between Mexico and Canada in terms of music. I mean, lifestyle's got to be completely different too. I mean, do you have any, I guess, funny little anecdotes as to, small things you might have done when you first came to Canada that are just, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, well, coming here, it's always hard for anyone, I would say. But one of the things that caught my attention a lot was the use of the word like. Because my English was very basic from school in Mexico, so here we use, and I was like, or saying like this or like that just as a filler, but my understanding of like was that you like something. So when I went to high school here, like the first 2 days, I was so confused because everyone would say like, and I'm like, what do they like? So it was one of the first things I learned, and now I use it all the time as well. But it was something that really caught my attention because it's something, I don't know, it might sound silly, but for people that come from somewhere else, this kind of little modisms or whatever are really weird. So that's a good example.
Justice all you left.
All right, fair enough. Talk to me about the next steps here in terms of promoting, touring, all that kind of stuff. How long ago did this album come out?
Well, it just came out actually like a few days ago, and we're really happy because it made it on iTunes, both in Mexican and Canadian charts, and in Canada actually made it to number 51 in the world charts. So we're really happy about that. It's a really nice payoff because I was so scared of leaving the record label I was with, because they were supporting me and sort of taking me anywhere, everywhere, and now I'm on my own. So having this record out was a very important point about the music industry in general. You know, like it's changing, and you don't need these big institutions like you used to before to have something that's doing well. So for me, having that number 51 on the charts, it's amazing, and well, people are liking it. And I have the first single actually is called Sin Aliento. It's a Spanish song, and I am releasing next an English single, and the whole idea is having that duality, like I was saying, but it's going well. The YouTube video had like 15,000 views in just a couple of days, and my YouTube channel reached over 10 million views right now. So it's really exciting to see that I'm still successful without the label. So that's what's coming up. I'm gonna be on tour in the summer, and I'm in talks to go to China. Actually, they invited me, so I have lined up a few things. I just need to take it one step at a time because I'm now on my own, like I said. So it's a lot.
So part of what we do with Close Look TV here is most of our interviews are with, really young, aspiring musicians that are first entering the field. I mean, very rarely do they have, professional EPs coming out, or nearly the kind of experience that you do in terms of working not only with other artists, but with producers, recording work, stuff like that. So, I mean, any advice to these kids as to how to keep going in this industry professionally and how to make the best out of it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was one of those kids, and I was fortunate enough to get signed, and I was not prepared for everything that came with that, because it's not just making music, it's about many other things, like putting yourself out there. So my advice to you guys is know what you're getting into, and it's gonna take a lot of years to get to places, so don't get frustrated, because it's tough. It's very tough, but it's very rewarding at the same time, because whatever music you create is gonna connect with people and it's gonna live forever. So it's worth it, but it's a tough road. So just be prepared for that, because let me be honest, I wasn't prepared for that, and it took me a few years. I was like 17 years old when I started, so it's a tough road. So yeah, just that would be my main advice. Yeah.
There you go. His advice is to just keep going with it, take it easy, all that stuff. This is Man. His new album is Terra. You can check him out on Facebook, YouTube, all the popular links if you want to just, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, for sure. Just go to my website, man with 2 N's, official.com, and also you can visit my Facebook, which is Man Official, and my Twitter is Manuel Cuevas, which is my real name. But everything is on the website, so you can just follow the links there too.
There you go. Here with my main man, Manuel Cuevas. We'll see you later. Close look.
Every time I think in you, I feel something I don't understand. There's no pain, you are around. You are not with me, I feel like I am drowning in sand. I don't want this anymore, I can't quit it, it's my drug. face. Guess I'm dying in my room, waiting for a call or any kind of sign. Cause I'm obsessed with you in my head. There's another picture about your face. Cause I'm dying in my room, but it seems that you don't really care for me. I know you have a right to attend and you're busy with things that you really care. I don't know if I'm one of them, even though I feel that you want me to stay. And I don't want this anymore, I can't quit it, it's my draw. And I don't want this anymore, I can't quit it, it's my draw. I'm obsessed with you in my head. There's another picture on your face. Guess I'm dying in my room, waiting for a call or any kind of sign. Cause I'm obsessed with you in my head. There's another picture on your face. Cause I'm dying in my room, but it seems that you don't really care for me. I'm so tired of expecting that you're gonna look for me. I don't want you in my head, but you won't go away. I'm obsessed with you in my head. There's another picture on your face. Guess I'm dying in my room, waiting for a call or any kind of sign. Cause I'm obsessed with you in my head. There's another picture on your face. Cause I'm dying in my room, but it seems that you don't really care for me. Cause I'm obsessed with you in my head. There's another picture on your face. Cause I'm dying in my room, waiting for a call or any kind of sign. Cause I'm obsessed with you in my head. There's another picture on your face. Cause I'm dying in my room, but it seems that you don't really care for me.
You're watching Close Look! My name is Mohammed, and you're watching Close Look.
Brighton College.
Two locations in Surrey and Langley. Applewood Kia. Overseas Auto Body, 7638 129th A Street, Surrey. Phone number 604-594-9707. Overseas Auto Body.